Christian from Crazy Wargamers here, and I'm here with Brian, and today is our first edition of Table Talk for just about anything we have on our minds. Today we're going to be discussing our first foray into the D&D world. Our first adventures, first characters.
Failures.
That too. So, first off, we'd like to say that the only edition we really play is 3 and 3.5, mostly 3.5.
3.5, basically, strictly. 3 was good, but there was stuff that was just too big. A 7-point armor class bonus from shield plus cover and deflection. That's a little too much.
Yeah, the 3 was I think,
for a second level spell.
Yeah, 3 I think was Wizards of the Coast's first attempt at making things simpler, but then they realized they went a little too far. And then 3.5 sort of like dumbed things down so it wasn't
where
like
it really works well.
Yeah, where everybody wasn't, this big old overpowered monster just bashing through things.
I mean, damn, we just killed a very young dragon, and we had to struggle through that.
Well, I had to struggle. I wasn't doing shit to it.
That's true.
Hey, you're the one breaking it underneath its neck. I'm sitting there I'm a little dwarf swinging an axe at its belly. You're going, Roar!
Yeah, dire lions are great.
What does dire mean, by the way? Isn't it like prehistoric?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, that's why dire rats are so huge.
But it's not a small dog, of a dog, about ranger size.
But,
My dog.
But the camera's right there. A rat's like that, but dire rat's like, Rah!
Yeah, I mean,
but when my axe chunks through him, it's different.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But anyway, I'll go ahead and go first. My first adventure into D&D, I was 12 years old.
Popping that D&D cherry.
Oh hell yeah, big D&D cherry. My first character was a dwarven fighter. I was actually using, if anybody remembers, about maybe 10 years ago, there was this D&D starter set that came out.
Yeah, big box. I had one down at a store I went to back in Worcester, that's entertainment, for like $30 and everything you needed.
It's like the newer ones had like the little models and shit.
It had some of those.
This one had the little plates, little cutout plates. Like there's actually, if you look at the ones that we're using for Lita and Jozan, yeah, it used those. That's where those are from. I was using Tordek's little thing, but I had my dad helped me build my own dwarven fighter. That was the only other dwarf I've ever played in the games that I've ever done. He had I can't remember what he had. I think he had a great axe. He had a battle axe, a great axe, and a shield and a crossbow. I had some basic starter equipment.
You love those axes.
Oh hell yeah, axes are awesome. I'm sorry, but if somebody comes running at you with a sword, you might get cut. Somebody comes running at you with an axe, you might get beheaded. But I was the adventure for this was I had just gotten off my farm, a dwarf on a farm.
Turnips.
Hell yeah, underground turnips. Can't beat that. But I had just gotten off this farm, and I was supposed to. There's something about going to save some sort of a horse that was in a mine. Well, at the first part of it, there was all these goblins. They all had morning stars, and whenever they burst through the door, one of them apparently smacked me in the face with a morning star. My dad, whenever he described, my dad was a DM at the time. And whenever he described it, I had apparently my face became a chunk of meat and flesh after I got hit in the face. That's probably an improvement for a dwarf. I got hit in the face, and then I start hacking through all these other guys. It was a very simplistic dungeon crawl, but it turns out at the inside it wasn't a horse, it was a unicorn. Unicorn's not a very manly word, I understand.
Oh, I don't care, man. They'll kill you outright.
Oh yeah, they'll impale your ass. Don't they have like an instant death or a core
They
thing?
count to the critical, and I haven't done it in a while, but in AD&D it was it counts to the critical naturally, but they take time for damage if they're charging.
Okay, so it's
A ×8 attack.
oh shit, so it's like a spear almost on
Yeah.
their forehead. But whenever I'd gotten this thing, I touched it, and it healed me, and it did something else where it gave me extra experience. And for the next couple of adventures, whenever I was with my dad, there was this booklet that came with the starter set that had like these lists of first 5 adventures to get you up to level 3. I used that guy for a couple of them. My brother had joined us. My older brother had joined us for a couple of them, but me and my brother don't exactly talk anymore.
That's another story for another whatever.
It's a story for another day. But overall, I had fun with my first foray into the D&D world. I really had a lot of fun with it. And I guess that's what started my whole little avalanche of role-playing games and such like that. We're using Brian's computer, if anybody couldn't tell. But since then, I've played a whole amalgam of characters. There's the Dwarven Fighter, the Elf.
Dwarven Fighter.
Well, this is my most recent guy. There's the first Dwarven Fighter I played, and there was my Elven Ranger, my Elf Sorcerer, that for 3 adventures, a half-orc barbarian that I was thrown into. And there was that...
The naked half-orc you were.
That was the same orc.
Oh, naked?
Yeah, the reason for that he was naked is because we were in this adventure, we were going through this tunnel underground. Or under the water, I think it was.
We went underwater cave system that was infested with Swahagans, or whatever you call them. We'll call them Swagalalas for now. Because it was infested with Swagalalas, and they come up saying, "Hey, we gonna get your booty."
So we had to sleep in these caves, and if you sleep in your armor, you're fatigued. He had, I think it was scale mail armor, so I slept naked. My half-orc slept naked. And they ambushed us in the middle of the night. So I woke up, and for that campaign, for that one little encounter, Brian's, what was it, us?
I was a halfling bard named Lily, actually.
Haven't you used her before?
No. She was the first time Lily had appeared. She died. But that's later on. We'll get to that later on. And they came in, and I was like, oh shit, I can't see worth a damn. And I cast daylight on the first thing I could find, which happened to be his axe.
I thought it was my penis.
No, it was your axe.
Oh.
I wasn't tall enough to reach that.
Dude, don't get ideas from that.
I wasn't tall enough to reach that area. I had to ride the axe on the ground.
So my axe was bright. I just start coup de grace all these Sawagan.
They're completely blind.
But from there, I played several other characters. I was a human sorcerer.
Half angel.
Oh yeah, I was that human. Wasn't a sorcerer for that one. But
You didn't hear that.
yeah, the door swings open on occasion. The door swings open every now and then because of the wind. But from then I was a human, or a Dakin, if anybody knows what a Dakin is.
It's a sparkle eye.
Yeah, basically a human that has celestial heritage that can see in bright light. That's really the only benefit. He was a ranger that went on to become a half angel, half solar, to be precise. And from then on, I just spiraled into a whole bunch of other characters. But
Sort of dancing.
yeah, dancing greatsword.
Yeah, sort of dancing.
Range. It was an awesome sword. But yeah, that was my first adventure. That was my first step into D&D. What about you? What was yours?
My first step into D&D was probably when I was 15 years old. I had just actually met this guy named Dave. I actually met through his wife when I was babysitting their son, Stacy. Yes, Stacy.
Stacy's
Yes.
mom has got it going on. No
She
copyright.
actually did. But that's besides the point. And I was sitting around, I happened to notice his D&D books around, like AD&D, the old, deities and demigods with, he who should not be named because it will screw up your entire life. And he asked me if I had played before. I said, no, I have no idea what this is. About a week later, we had set up a date for us to play. My first character was a rogue, an elven rogue. And I'm in my cell, apparently we wake up in cells. And I was like, well, can I steal this guard's keys as he's walking by, a level 20 guard?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently everyone hates me. Level 20 guard, 1 hit, 20 health. Because that can happen in AD&D for some reason. And I steal his keys for the 20.
What was your? Well, I don't know
With a
AD&D.
natural 20, I rolled to try to swipe his keys silently. And if unlocking my cage, my cell on 703, but the cage is so old and rusty, they alert every guard in the damn compound. They come running. So I'm panicking. I end up taking flint and steel and lighting a torch and smashing oil all over this compound, which is a big wooden fortress, and lighting it on fire.
What did your character do?
We got up the back.
No, you managed to get it. Wait, what's this? We?
Me and the NPCs.
Oh.
We got out, and unbeknownst to me, apparently the person I'm supposed to be rescuing in a while is inside the prison as well, on the other side.
And you couldn't do shit.
Oh, he died. I had no clue. We found his burnt shield later on.
You always committing evil acts. Brian.
Apparently, even when it's my first time playing. But I went from playing that to went into a fighter, from the fighter into never played a barbarian. So I didn't even really enjoy the fighter. It just was too for me. I ended up going from there into a wizard, to a sorcerer, into a ranger, to a bard, and now druids, which I just love playing druids. They're like a fucking jack of all trades, and I basically have the answer to everything.
Well, for the most part, yes. Except work steel. Yes. My character in this current campaign we're running, by the way, is a dwarven cleric.
Fighter cleric.
Magic beat sticks.
Fighter cleric that can basically never be hurt.
No, I've got almost at all times almost an armor class of 30. So nothing can almost ever hit me.
Oh, armor of faith, backward, back skin, just everything.
Just run out there, axe and maul blazing.
So far, the one we've been hurt is on crits.
Huh?
So far, me and you have only hurt on critical hits.
Pretty much, unless something's got a really high bonus.
Or they have magic.
That is true. Magic touch attacks can still wreak absolute havoc on me.
Arrowhawks
Those
dropped me by half my health. I have almost 70 health. Dropped me down to 20.
Really?
Two juveniles.
What was that? The shock tails they have?
Yeah.
Shock.
They dropped me
tails.
from 64 to 20 in one attack.
Damn.
That is why I wasn't sticking around.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was there for. I was technically in the room for it, but my character was on the other side of the area of the map. We'll go into that
Miles.
later. More like weeks.
Still miles.
I was in the mountains with a halfling. Don't get any ideas.
Get all the ideas.
No, shut up. But yeah, that was
Make some fan pictures. It's Lita. He's short. She'll go up on him.
yeah,
Before him.
once paid a halfling to go up on me. Well, I am a dwarf, so if she goes up on me, she's probably gonna reach my forehead.
Ah. Because you're short.
No, duh. But yeah, that was I really enjoyed my first adventure. Of course, I had no idea what I was doing.
It got me hooked right off the bat. I was like, wow, try this out. D&D.
D&D is now our heroin fix.
Might as well be. That and caffeine.
Well, I have a physical addiction to caffeine. I don't know if he does too.
I broke that.
I've had 7 Mountain Dews today since I woke up at 1 in the afternoon. I work late. Don't get on me. But yeah, that was our first forays into D&D. Post in the comments below about yours, about what your first adventures were, what your first characters were. Maybe some suggestions on what we should... leave me alone. Suggestions on what we should do, maybe. Some videos we might do, or maybe even some adventures our campaign might roll.
You know what? Here's a fun one. Go in there, make some of your own little homebrew style characters. Suggest for us to play as, and we'll do it.
What have you gotten us into?
Probably something terrible, but do it. Go on, do it. We'll play it. Name, gender, all that stuff. We'll do it. Go ahead.
Even personality, do
Yes,
that too.
we like that.
Alright, well, post in the comments, like, subscribe, share our videos if you thought this was good. Till then, until the next video,
See you later.
bye!